Hello, my children. It's me. It's Connor McJesus. You've all heard of me. Some of you in Canada have prayed to me, and I have heard those prayers, and I have answered a questionable amount of them. One thing is for certain. I do not do this alone. No, there are others. But a little bit about myself. I skate fast, love to pass, and I've been rolling that ass. It's for the first time in the playoffs. Usually I'm pretty quiet. Usually I'm a regular season guy. Not this year. This year, I am full McJesus. But there's word on the mountaintop. There's another prophet. He's a brother of mine. We were raised around each other. We've smelt each other's linen. We've washed each other's feet. That man, that prophet, the future king, is Nate McKinnon. He also has a story to be told. So let's tell the story together. This is Avs versus the Oilers, Western Conference Final Preview. Come walk with us. And welcome, people. It's the Avalanche. It's the Oilers. It's McKinnon smiling down upon McDavid. And we're in the Western Conference Finals. People, gentlemen, let's bring everyone in here. Let's welcome first the Canadian himself, the one who has held both of the hands of McKinnon and McDavid. From Laval, QC, is Jay Sway. What's up, buddy?
Not much. Glad to be back on the show.
Yes. Glad to have you, Jay. This is going to be a quick one for multiple reasons. It's we left it late. It's been a busy weekend, Memorial Weekend, and the game one starts tomorrow. And I have a 3-year-old running rampant upstairs with no one to watch him, and we're just winging it right now. So everything could go wrong very quickly. So we are going to run through this bad boy, and we're going to hammer some points. I'm sure that everyone's already talked about, but that's why we're here, is to really shove it down people's throats that haven't heard it before from a fan's perspective. When I'll bring in Oren. Welcome, Oren, to the show once again.
Yeah. How's it going?
Oh, it's going. Gentlemen, start right from the top. Let's just say quick, condolences to the St. Louis Blues and their fan base. May you rest in peace.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now let's move forward.
And now let's move on. Okay, that's about as much as we want to say about that.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, this is really it's become about, and it probably will, by their play styles, the impact they have on their teams, the impact they have on the ice. And McKinnon versus McDavid, spectacular. We're all hoping for a fast-paced series. Both teams love to skate. Both teams like to play on the offensive foot. The great thing is we are a deeper team. We have deeper forward line. Our defense is quite better. We have Kel McCarr, who's an all-star, who's a stud, who's a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. And we have Darcy Kemper in net, who, let's be real, he is better than this gentleman here. This gentleman here, Mike Smith, can be had at, and we'll talk about him a little bit. So really what it's going to come down to is work ethic, be the harder working team, win the physical battles, all those cliches, Jay, that you love to throw out there. We know what we have to do. The talent will eventually take over. The depth of the team will eventually take over, but it's a Western Conference Final. They have, some would say arguably the best player in the world. I believe, he is, the best player in the world by himself. But we do have Nathan McKinnon. We do have other guys that can, and I hope will, step up to the plate. So let's talk about Jay. Connor McDavid, Connor McJesus has been dominating the playoffs. He's finally broke out. And this is him now. He's finally come out of the 4. And here we go. We're looking at the real McDavid, right?
Yeah, he finally hit puberty.
He's finally hit puberty. Yep. Matter of time. Canadians generally hit it late, right?
Yeah. Once you pass the second round, you hit puberty.
You're right. Yes, that's right. Now we're in the puberty time. We're taking those long showers now, where your mom's like, "What are you doing? Hello, you've been in that shower for 45 minutes. Are you going to come out?" Like, I said I was busy. Sorry, that hit home. Yeah, but you're right, Jay. I mean, this is it. He's come out here. He's showered. He's using a small towel, and he's ready. He's looking rearing to go. Oren, another gentleman who we cannot ignore, is Mr. Leon Draisaitl. You got some numbers on Draisaitl, especially last 5 games.
Yeah, his last 5 games, he's accumulated 17 points. So
Wow. Okay.
And while a lot of those weren't goals, I mean he had 15 assists within
It's pretty
5
scary.
games. So
yeah, pretty scary. Yeah, another guy we definitely know about, elite talent. We're talking about elite talent now. And then we'll bring in the third member of, the Cone headline, or whatever we'd like to call it there in Edmonton. Mr. Moneybags, Casino Lovin', Evander Kane. And Jay, since he's joined the team, he's been getting it done. No pressure on him. He comes in there, he's wanting to prove himself after everything that happened in San Jose. Everything kind of went off the rails for him. He stepped right on in. And what do we think is going to happen? He's a very talented player. He's got a great shot. He plays hard hockey. He plays it the right way. And, he was picked right after Matt Duchene. I remember watching that draft way, way, way back in the day, originally to the, Thrashers / Winnipeg Jets. And, they got Kane. He's scoring a lot. He scored against the Avs too. I believe a hat trick in the regular season. Your thoughts on Kane there, Jay?
Well, he's a pretty good player, and he knows how to find the net. So I think we just have to be really tight on him and put some good pressure on him, not let him skate in easily in our defensive zone.
Yeah.
Find ways to make him work hard for his goals if he gets any, because I think he might have some trouble against the Avalanche.
We would hope so. We got to stay tight on him. It seems like when he's got the puck and he's bearing down on the net, he's got some space in front of him. First of all, he's hitting the net, and he's mostly hitting the back of the net with many of his shots. If you give him clean looks, he's taking them. You see a lot of he's getting a lot of 2-on-1s where he had a lot of 2-on-1s there. Him and McDavid making a lot of plays. Something definitely to look out for before we move on a little bit. Anthony, what's up, buddy? It's been a little bit. We missed you last few shows. Anthony says, "Hey guys, what are the 3 keys to winning the series?" Well, I can tell you one key is slow down Connor McDavid. That's an obvious key, right? Another key is play in our offensive zone. Make Connor, Leon, Evander, all the these high end talent guys, make them defend if you can for the majority of their shifts in a hockey game. If they're playing in their zone, they're not playing in our zone. Okay. And the great thing is we have the defensive core. We have the Kel McCarr, the Devon Taves, the freaking Condor is flying right now. Bo Byram, even Joshy Manson's getting in there. We've got the defensive core to forecheck, get up there, drive the play, 5-man unit, work in the ozone, and just driving them crazy, making them defend. Because when they're defending, running around, they're not going to have the energy to push it back up the ice and cause havoc on us. So that's the second key. And I think third key, Darcy Kemper is better than Mike Smith. If Darcy Kemper plays better than Mike Smith, that's the series. That would be my third key. I know. King is coming. Hi, King. Go Avs. You're right, buddy. I can't stand it. Not many people can unless you're a Edmonton Oilers fan. And then I get it. I was even whenever he was possibly, he's looking around. San Jose was looking, whenever they were talking about possibly cutting him off. I was like, will the Avs maybe make a play because you're going to get him on the cheap? But at the end, you could have disrupted the chemistry in the locker room. Might not have been a great fit for a team like the Avalanche, even though it was tempting, especially for a fan, to be like, ooh, Vander Kane, just throw that up there in that top six, see what happens. But Edmonton did it, took a gamble, and it's paid off. Oren, another guy we'll talk about for the Edmonton Oilers, who, at first was drafted. He was drafted number 1 overall right before Gabe Landeskog. Was this gentleman here, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, RNH. He's had some injury issues lately in his career, but the dude, he's become a much better two-way center. He battles. He's great on the power play. He's got beautiful hands. He's, once you get a Connor McDavid, you automatically become number 2. Doesn't matter who you are. But he's the kind of guy we got to look out for, right?
Yeah, he's put points up on the board. I mean, his last 12 games, he's gotten 11 points. So, 4 goals, 7 assists. I mean, he's definitely not a ghost out there. He's putting in some work with them. So, it's definitely another player we got to watch out for.
Another offensive player, and that's going to be a theme, is their offense. Their top 6, obviously. We're going to quiet that down, but that's a good thing about the depth of our team and where I like our team in this series. Anthony's got the moose, needs to make some noise. Oh, my God, Anthony, if you have seen anything I have done and talked about with our boy Mikko Rantanen, I have only called him out because absolutely, he might be playing through an injury. And you say he might be playing through an injury. I got my buddy I play hockey with, Dan, who we did the watch party with last Friday. Those interviews are up, by the way. Check them out. There's some beautiful drinking going on in those interviews. Celebratory interviews. Dan says the rumor was he had, when he was sick the last week or 2 of the regular season, he was sick with mono. And sometimes it does take a toll, and takes a long time for you to recover from that. Slows you down a little bit. I say, well, that sucks. But at the same time, he's in the lineup. And he's playing with the best players. I know he's down on the second line, but he's still playing with freaking, Gabe Landeskog Kadri. So he's not playing with a bunch of bums. So, he's the kind of guy we definitely have to get going. And the last couple games, to be fair, he's been more noticeable. He's not quite getting right in the middle of the thick of it, but he's calling for the puck a little bit now. He's seeming like he's more involved in the play. He's shaking off some hits. He's being more stronger on the puck, the stuff we need from him. So you're 100% right. He's the kind of guy that we have to have going in this series. We just do. We just need to, especially if McKinnon's matched up with McDavid a lot of the time. It's going to be interesting how they do that, how those matchups are going to go, what Jared Bednar wants to do, especially the first 2 games at home. Gentlemen, so yeah, we talked about Nugent Hopkins, and Jay, we're going to talk a little bit about kind of guys to look out for, maybe guys not talked about as much, a little bit of the unsung heroes on the team, the kind of under the radar guys on the team. I know you want to talk about a defenseman, which we will talk about, but first, a little bit about this one. Zach Hyman. They get him from Toronto, and he stepped kind of in there. I would imagine it's a top 6 row. And I'm not like a lie and say a Folly Oilers, but I'm sure he's playing some top 6 minutes. He's making some plays out there, Jay. Him, you being Canadian, and I expect you to watch every hockey game at all times. That's what I assume you guys do up there. Can you tell me anything about Zach Hyman? How he stepped in? How he's been a really good role player, and he scored some big goals.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he was a big part of the Maple Leafs, and he's a very competitive player. He's hardworking and works well on the boards. Has a nice vision. He's able to make some nice passes and has a great shot as well. He's a pretty good skater as well too. So
yeah, he's a good skater.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some. The King is coming. Says, can the Oilers keep pace with the Avs' depth? A couple of their lines can, but like you said, the key word is depth. I think when it gets down to it, and our defense is definitely more mobile than theirs, barring Darnell Nurse, we'll talk about a little bit, and our boy ex-Av, lovable guy Tyson Berry. As a matter of fact, since we just mentioned Tyson Berry, let's look at this beautiful face. I mean, come on, look at him. That's a try hard face right there. Okay. So yeah, we talk a little bit about Zach Hyman, one of those guys to watch out for. Again, a little bit on their defensive front now. Probably, Tyson Berry. We all know Tyson Berry. He's going to jump in the play. He's very good on the power play. He knows how to hit the net. He knows how to look for deflections. He's a good skater. Not the biggest guy, obviously, but definitely very mobile. Done well for Edmonton since he's been over there. Really completed their top four. Kind of helped give them that extra energy they need on the back end, a little bit of that offense they need. And then, to me, their best overall defenseman is this guy, Darnell Nurse. Very good player. Or I don't know if you have any numbers on Nurse as far as points. I would imagine there's a lot of points from Darnell Nurse, but his overall play, he's very involved in everything.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of points, but
that's not his job, really.
No, he's pretty good physically and just back checking too. So he's able to get the pucks away from his opponents, but
he's a good skater as well.
I will point out that he has a lot of penalty minutes. He could give us a lot of penalties, and not just him. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, he has a lot of penalty minutes, and Evander Kane has the most on their team. So they're giving up a lot of penalties. So maybe we can capitalize on that. And I mean, they're big time players are messing up quite a bit. I mean, they can score a lot, but they also give us chances. So hopefully they continue that.
Yeah. Jay, you had that unsung player for the Oilers, the other defenseman you wanted to mention and talk about a little bit.
Yeah, nobody really talks about him, but it's Evan Boucher, and he's a really great player that just got drafted recently by the Oilers, and he has a really, really good shot.
Yeah, I've seen him score some goals.
Yeah, he's a really good skater, as good as Darnell Nurse.
Yeah.
He has a really nice vision on the ice. He's able to find his teammates, and I think he's by far the best defenseman for the Oilers, but that's my opinion.
Yeah,
interesting.
He has the most points as a defenseman, actually.
Maybe offensively, kind of overtaking Barry there. I like Darnell Nurse's defensive game, but hey, you could be right, Jay. I mean, I don't follow the Oilers, so I'm not going to pretend. But he is a guy I've noticed from all the highlights and things I watch from every playoff game that he's been scoring some big goals from the back end there.
This playoff series, he's been the most valuable as a defenseman for Oilers. He's got 8 points, he's got 3 goals, 5 assists. Everyone else is definitely far from it. So he's a big defenseman to watch out for. So
yeah, well, we'll take a look out for him. And Jay, I promise you, I will download his image on my slides for next show. Okay, I just don't have it. Okay, Elise says, honestly, I'm more worried about the Oilers than I would have been with the Flames. Now, is that because of McJesus? Is that because they have this gentleman here, and Leon, and all the people we've been talking about? It's definitely not their goaltending, because what I can say again is that should be a huge factor, because they do have Mike Smith. And Mike Smith, as we know, as we've experienced, he can be got at, and he can be rattled and lose his shit. And it's pretty funny to watch, and I hope very much so that we can do it. We can do it early, and we can make him go to Koskinen, get him in there, kind of mix it to where they don't know what goalie they want to start with, and kind of get a little bit of confusion and make him really overthink the situation. It's something we can definitely do. But guys, we brought up, most of their high-end talent. We talked about, obviously, the Kane, McDavid, Draisaitl, Nugent-Hopkins, Hyman, Nurse, Bouchard, Barry. Okay. We have someone that can match all that. We got McKinnon, we got Rantanen, we got Landeskog, we got Kadri. We got Big Dick Val Nichushkin, who he cannot play any worse. Let me tell you that right now. He can only get better from the last couple of games he's played. We know him stepping up. And that's just on the front end. We have the better depth. We have guys like Helm that stepped up. Cagliano has has had a great series against the Blues, in my opinion. Our fourth line's going JT motherfucking Comfer. Okay, boys. All right, lightening it up. We got New Hook that could step in, and we need him. Burakovsky's got to get going eventually. You know how streaky he is. He gets that first one in. It'd be interesting to see who Bednar starts. Does he stick with Burakovsky? Probably. But we have that in our lineup, and that's just our forwards, people. We've got, let's just be real. We got the one and only. We have the McJesus on the back end and Kel McCarr. All right, we have the best defender in hockey. He's back there. Again, this is going to be essential. Running the play, pushing Edmonton, making Edmonton defend, making their forwards defend. They don't want to defend for very long. They want to move up the ice. They want to move up with the ice with pace and transition. And we just got to outwork them and play our game and have very active D-man. And I think we're going to be just fine. The King says, I feel like the Avs can play stress-free with the second round being behind.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bigger moment. You got to step up. I understand what you're talking about. That kind of bit of that second round curse has been lifted, but it's not the Stanley Cup, and that is our goal. And I totally understand where you're coming from here. And it is a bit of that. That's out of their mind now. They can play hockey, play their game. Definitely expect this to be a fast series and a fun series to watch, to be honest with you. And it's been brought up. This guy right here. We need him to get her freaking going. All right. I don't want to call him a fawn anymore. I want him to call him the big moose, big swinging moose. Okay. Maybe Val Nichushkin gives him his gold chain for game one. Maybe he starts swinging to game one with Val's chain. So. I don't know. I mean, it's got to happen. And like I said, there's been a little bit of improvements. Jay, have you seen any improvements in the last couple games like I have? Just little things, little details. All you have been crazy, obviously, but have you seen any improvements in his game?
Yeah, I've noticed that he doesn't hang out on the boards as much, which is really good because he's a lot better from close. And he also plays a little bit more physically. And he definitely shoots more on the net. Doesn't try to focus too much on passing as he used to be.
Yeah, exactly. He was putting more pucks on the net the last couple of games. Stopped looking for that extra pass, looking to give it to a guy like a McKinnon or whoever who's on better form than he is. He's going to have to start. He needs to take matters into his own hands now. He's playing with great teammates. This is time now. This is the way you've gotten away without really playing Mikko Rantanen hockey for 2 rounds now. We are now in the Western Conference Final. Now, I would love to see him show up. It would be great for him to start showing up game one. Anthony says, do you think we will see McDermott moving forward? It's interesting. Jack Johnson had a bit of a tough game 6. I mean, he was okay for the most part, but obviously that huge turnover and that Jordan Kyrou goal, that 2-on-1 he gave up was really rough. A little slow, a little sluggy, but again, this is a guy who hasn't played in a while. He set out, entirety of the first round, and might be the same for McDermott. Going to be a little sluggy. What McDermott does is bring that physical presence. So I would say I would be surprised if I saw McDermott instead of Jack Johnson in game one. But he's a guy. He's that guy. He's that joker in your back pocket, right? He's that freaking guy with the iron fist that Kane starts running around. They got Zach Cassian, another tough guy. But the Edmonton Oilers, they're not overly physical. They're like the Blues or even the Predators. You know what I mean? Those two teams were more physical than the Oilers. So it'd be, I guess it just depends. It really depends on injuries. Could play a factor. Jack Johnson's not playing well, has a rough game or so. Jared Bednar he'll pull the, he'll make the change after one bad game. He will do that. We do have the depth to do that. Ryan Murray's another guy might get a look in. But we do have the depth there. It will be interesting. I think we're all just wanting him to see lay somebody out. I think we're all just kind of, what about McDermott? What's McDermott doing? We just all want to see him punch somebody in the face. We want to see him get
Smack
into
in the
Vander
face.
Kane's face and fucking body slam him. But, Kane's just going to skate away like he did in the regular season because he's a big puss. He'll try to fight Kadri. He's going to try to go after Kadri like he did in the regular season. Kadri's been smart. He's had a great playoffs. He should do the right thing, back away, because Vander Kane's a tough guy unless he's looking at McDermott, and then he skates away like a big bitch. We've all seen it. It's already written. It's on camera. Go check it out. So this guy's got to get going. We are the deeper team. McDermott is greater than Kane. You're right. You're so right. So we are the bigger team. We are the deeper team. We are the stronger team overall. It's matching. It's being a more competitive team. Our work ethic has to be second to none. If we outwork them every game, we should win every game, if not the majority of those games. So we got to do those right things. Hopefully we don't have a one-off like game 2 against St. Louis. We get a lead. Don't take your foot off the gas. These are lessons we've learned against the Blues, and I fully expect these boys to take it in here now. Let's freaking play some hockey. Let's get some player of the series from you guys, and let's get some. Oh Jesus! Yeah, all right. I do that every time. And let's get some predictions. Oren, we'll start with you. We'll start with player of the series for each team, and then your overall prediction of the series.
Player of the series, I'd like to call out Lehkonen. I think Lehkonen has been playing amazing out there.
I love him.
When he's out there, something's gonna happen, or you just feel like something can happen with him. He's so physical, and just his passing is amazing, and even his shooting. I mean, he's an all-around player. So I would say Lehkonen for my choice.
For the Avs, that's awesome. And Oilers.
I just don't like the Oilers no matter what. But
that guy?
He's the only Jesus that I would want to fuck. So yeah.
Oh, whoa, okay. And then it takes a bad turn. And at least it's at the end of the show.
If you go back and look at him, I mean, he's not a bad-looking guy as Jesus.
In this picture?
I mean, yeah.
Well, this isn't his real hair,
Wow.
Or his real robe.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a hair. I don't know.
I mean, we'll just say we'll say Connor McJesus. Right.
Okay, that's obvious. Yeah, pretty obvious. Prediction of the series. What's happening? What are we doing?
Jay, that's directed towards
Oh,
you.
I thought you was asking the question to you, like in how many
I am
games-
asking it. But we can do it after. It was too suspenseful. We'll get the actual prediction of the series after.
Okay, so
You're too worried about McDavid and Jesus and having sex and weird
I was
shit.
Still stuck on that. So.
Let's move past that. We'll move past that. Let's ignore that. Jay, player of the series for the Avalanche, and then player of the series for Edmonton.
Well, for right now, I don't know for the Avalanche, but for the Oilers, I'm gonna say Leon McDavid, Leon Draisaitl.
Leon McCain.
Yeah, I'll say Leon Draisaitl.
Leon McCain, Draisaitl.
Yeah, a game changer for them every single game.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna be as consistent as he's been, but I think we're still gonna do pretty good for them.
Yeah.
And for the Avalanche, I'm gonna say Gabriel Landeskog.
I like it. Nice call, Jay.
Consistent, and I think he could even be more consistent in this series.
He's going to win. I believe he's the guy who's going to win some important offensive board battles. He is so good going in 50-50 with a D-man, going in the ozone and coming out with a puck off the boards he did it almost every time against the St. Louis Blues. So that's something we're going to look for and establish that offensive zone pressure. Here's a good shout, Anthony. Johnny Taze. Fuck, what am I talking about? Devon Taze. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, Avs. I'm sorry. Devon Taves. Great shout. great shout. Had a good series. Has had a great playoffs and obviously a tremendous regular season career year. Devontae's is a great shout as a guy, shutdown guy. He's going to see a lot of McDavid, a lot of Draisaitl. He's going to see a lot of these guys, Kane, all these bastards. That's a good shout. Anthony's got us in 7. He has got us going the freaking distance. I hope not, Anthony. Ooh, I don't know if I can handle that. My little baby heart. I don't know if it can handle that, but if we have to, we have to. Just to re-mention Elise Cogliano. Yes, he was great. Again, that's that fourth line depth. Those veteran leaders we brought in. Be interesting to see. Is Sturm going to see another game? You know what I mean? We made that trade Tyson Jones. He was a guy we were supposed to bring in, face-off guy, killing some penalties, and established using his size, and it's been a bit weak, been a bit soft. So I don't know if we will, but I've got for the Avalanche, as much as I'd love it to be the Moose, it's this man right here. He's my guy for the Avalanche, who I think is going to really change the series. And it's going to be all Mac. And then, there is this man. There is this man. But for some reason, I don't know. I feel like this guy might be a little bit of a bitch in the side for the series. So, McDavid obviously is an easy answer. I don't know. So is McKinnon, but I don't know. I have a feeling McKinnon's going to want to show the world that he is the playoff guru. McDavid can have the regular season, but McKinnon has the playoffs. I think he's going to want to prove a point. And I don't know. I just have a feeling we'll be so focused on McDavid a lot of the times. And this guy's going to find some openings now and then. He's going to want to put the puck on them and kind of be a hindrance. He's going to be physical. We're going to notice him a lot. And we're going to have to deal with him as well. So I say Evander Kane is a guy who, you're right, is a piece of trash. He is he's less than trash. Trash is greater. That's what that means.
Well, hopefully Evander Kane continues his penalty minute streak and
yes,
allows
bad
us
penalties
to take advantage.
Yeah, let's see if we can show his real personality, run around a little bit, get under his skin.
Yep.
See what happens. Oh yeah, I hope so. I freaking hope so. Gentlemen, series prediction. Jay, we'll start with you. What are we doing? What's happening?
Yeah. I'm going to say Avalanche in 5 games, and I'm going to say that the only game we're going to lose is going to be Game 3.
Woo, Jay. That sounded super accurate. You're just very confident now. I do like that. I've got a couple of interviews I did Friday night. They had Avs in 5 too. Oren, series prediction?
Yeah, I'm going to one-up Jay. I think we're going to sweep these motherfuckers.
Holy shite. All right. A sweep. And in 5, just because I get a little scared. I get a little nervous. I got Avs in 6 again. Just like we beat the Blues in 6, I got the Avs in 6. I don't know. You just feel like one of those games, McDavid's just going to kind of maybe have a takeover type of game, or one goes into OT. It's going to be a real shitty shot, hit off someone's ass, go top shelf, knock the water bottle off, bullshit. These things happen, but I do feel, the deeper team, the better team. I fully expect us to get through this team. We just got to put the work in. Nothing is given. This is a good enough team to get to the Western Conference Final. Respect them. We got to get at it. Got the greatest player in the world on it.
I think we're going to take so much. Like, if we continue taking as many shots as we have, Mike Smith has nothing on us. He's not going to get it.
I can't wait to chase him.
We're going to dominate Mike Smith. I think that's where we're going to prevail, and that's why I think we're going to sweep it. So.
All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I think we'll end it there right after he said, hey, Oilers fans today talked trash about the Avs. You chatted Avs in 5. You were kicked off the chat. That's just a lack of respect. If the Oilers want to come, they're coming talking here, and we love all hockey fans. I mean, we'll jib jab, we'll jib jab, we'll jab jib. But at the end of the day, no one's getting kicked off unless they threaten Jay, which that's happened multiple times. We do have to watch out for that. He's got one of those faces that you like to kind of threaten. And Elise says, I'm going to say Avs in 6. Hubby says Avs in 5. I like it. I do like it. And that's where we will end it, folks. We will end it here. This is going to be it. Will McKinnon be smiling? Let's hope so. Smile away. Hopefully this is game 4. in Edmonton, and we're up 5-0, and there's a minute left, and they're going to the face-off, and this is what happens. That would be fun. That would be funny, right? Like, that would be so fun, right? It would be. It would be, Jay. It would be. Oh, thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Or sir. Or ma'am. We appreciate it. We try. We threw this one together. We didn't do much. We were just like, let's just get this done type of thing, because I know we left it a little bit late. Everybody's already done a review or preview, excuse me. But, you know, we're unprofessional. We do whatever the hell we want. We're fans. We're not getting paid for this. We're paying the price, damn it. You know, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. And it's worth it to talk to fans, other fans like you guys. Anthony, appreciated the king. Elise, we appreciate you guys jumping in chat. It makes everything better when you have some people in chat talking some rubbish. If any of you guys want to get on, I know Anthony's been on. King, you've been on a couple. Elise, obviously, the OG. And y'all ever want to jump on the show with us? Just got to have a computer, phone, whatever, little camera. Just let me know. Emails in the at the end screen if you want to check it out. If anybody ever watches it to the end screen, there is some information there. Anyway, people, good stuff. Game 1 tomorrow. Super excited, guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be an entertaining series, and I'm just so happy.
It's going to be great.
I'm so happy about it. Not much fans here in New Hampshire. Yes, exactly. Thanks, Anthony. Absolutely, 100%. All right, people. That's going to do it. We're going to play the outro. Again, reach out. You want to get on the show, but we love you in chat as well. However you support it. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Let's look forward to tomorrow. Do a post game after the game. It's going to be a fun time. Let's enjoy it. We love you all. Goodbye.